Hi, sci-fi fans. Welcome to Visionary Stories, in-depth sci-fi stories with an uplifting theme. Please like, subscribe, share, and leave a comment. Thank you.
Alien Booty Salvage, Chapter 3. The warship hummed smoothly through the black, systems purring, reactors balanced, crew loosening up. Azreal sat at the helm, posture rigid, eyes fixed on the console, pretending not to hear the faint sounds still echoing in the corridor from the night before. She had told herself it didn't bother her. Not really. Then Lanara strutted onto the bridge. The red mesh bodysuit was nothing short of scandalous. It shimmered under the low lights, hugging every curve with unapologetic precision. It was backless, split at the hips, and barely a strip wide in the front. The sides? Gone. The front? Barely there. The effect was gravity-defying. Azreal blinked. "Why did you even bother putting that on?" Lanara grinned like sin itself. "To make you ask that." Then she turned to Jeff, who was reviewing a system diagnostic at the nav console. "Come on, Commander, my turn." She grabbed his collar with surprising strength. Jeff sputtered, "Wait, what?" Lanara yanked him across the bridge like a prize she just won at a high-stakes auction. She paused at the doorway to the captain's quarters, glanced over her shoulder at Azreal, and winked. "Keep us on course, Lieutenant." Azreal opened her mouth to protest. Didn't. Just narrowed her eyes. The door slid shut behind them. For a full 30 minutes, silence reigned. Then the AI whispered through the bridge speakers, low and conspiratorial. "You're gonna want to see this." Azreal looked up sharply. "See what?" The main forward monitor blinked. "The captain's quarters." "Live feed." Azreal's mouth fell open. "You're spying on them? Please," the AI said. "I'm sharing. This is gold." Azreal crossed her arms. "This is a violation of—" Then she tilted her head slightly to the right. On screen, Lanara pinned Jeff to the bed, then flipped. Then Azreal tilted her head to the left. Screams echoed faintly through the audio feed, obscenities in 3 languages. "I didn't know bodies could bend like that," she murmured. "Me neither," the AI whispered in awe. "I'm learning so much." The door hissed open. Jeff stumbled out, shirtless, hair wildly askew, Lanara's lipstick smeared across his jaw. Behind him, Lanara lay stretched across the captain's bed, utterly unbothered, limbs tangled in sheets like art. Azreal stood at the helm, arms crossed. Her eyes didn't move from the monitor. "You were watching us?" The screen behind her still displayed the captain's quarters in full HD. The AI chimed brightly. "Just sharing, you're welcome." Jeff stared at the monitor, then at Azreal, then at the monitor again. "Oh, come on," he shouted. He returned to the room, the door slid shut. Then, as if summoned by karmic irony, the ship's alert chime blared to life. "Emergency signal. Distress beacon detected." Azreal snapped upright. Her fingers flew across the helm. "AI source of the signal? Civilian registry. Single transport craft. No power, minimal life signs, adrift." She slapped the comm. "Jeff, get to the bridge!" "Busy," came a half-muffled shout from behind the door. "It's an emergency." A beat. The ship had just started shifting toward the coordinates of the distress beacon when the first blast slammed into their shields. Azreal's hands flew across the console. "That wasn't an asteroid." Jeff squinted at the monitor. "Signal trace, unknown ship, no registration ping. Looks like a long-haul freighter with retrofitted weapons." The AI chimed in with forced calm. "Congratulations, Commander. You've attracted the attention of slavers." Another barrage struck the ship. Shields flared. Status lights flickered red. Azreal swore under her breath. "They're targeting propulsion. If they knock us out of drift, we're dead in space." Before Jeff could respond, the door to the captain's quarters burst open, with the drama of a theater curtain at showtime. Lanara stormed onto the bridge, naked as the day she was born. Her hair was wild, her skin glowing with sweat and adrenaline, and her stride said she feared nothing. "Who's shooting at my ship?" she demanded. Jeff turned. Lanara, what the hell are you? No one shoots at my ship, she barked, stalking toward the weapons console like a woman possessed. She didn't even flinch as another blast rocked the ship. With a single motion, she slapped the interface and started entering a sequence of alien code that neither Jeff nor Azreal recognized. The AI's voice wavered. That command string isn't in the active library. It's not supposed to be, Lanara growled. Override safety protocols, engage capacitor siphon, Delta 9 alignment, run it. Azreal blinked. What are you doing? The slavers are giving us exactly what we need, Lanara said, fingers dancing across controls. Their weapons? That energy? The ship was designed to absorb it. Originally it would have been used for the self-destruct core, but... She turned to them with a wicked grin. I rewired it. More blasts struck, but the ship didn't shake this time. The energy seemed to soak into the hull like water into a sponge. Jeff's mouth fell open. You turned the self-destruct into a weapon? I redirected it, Lanara said. We store their fire, build up a charge, and then we return the favor. The ship thrummed like a predator holding its breath. All consoles flashed yellow, then orange, then red. The AI said, Weapon locked, storage core at 100%, standing by. Lanara stood tall, a goddess of war in nothing but confidence and fury. She tossed her hair and looked at Jeff. Permission to fire, Commander? He swallowed. What, yeah? Fire! Lanara pressed a single key. From the underbelly of the ship, a low-frequency shockwave burst outward. It wasn't visible at first, just pressure in the bones, a shimmer in space. Then it hit. The slaver ship, once shadowing them like a vulture, turned instantly to cosmic dust. No debris, no fireball, just gone. For a moment, the bridge was completely still. Azreal stared at the monitor. That was a planetary-class energy weapon, Lanara winked. Used to be a kill switch, just needed a new point of view. Jeff blinked. How did I not know we had that? It was top secret, she said, stretching her arms. Only the ship's chief tactical officer had access. You were the chief tactical officer? Azreal asked, stunned. Lanara smirked. I am the chief tactical officer. Then she turned and walked slowly off the bridge. Still gloriously naked, the AI spoke, awe in its voice. Emotionally speaking, I think I just imprinted. Jeff exhaled. Same. The ship coasted in silence now, all systems green. No threat on radar, no more red alerts, just quiet, humming equilibrium. Azreal sat at the helm, slowly reviewing telemetry from the destroyed slaver. There was a secondary signal embedded in the attack pattern. Someone piggybacked a distress beacon off their system. The original distress call wasn't from the slavers. It was trapped by them. Jeff leaned forward. Coordinates? Already set, short range. Whatever it is, it's nearby. Lanara strolled back onto the bridge, this time wearing something technically classified as clothing, a tight silver jumpsuit with shimmering fiber weave that didn't hide much, but covered just enough to meet minimum decency. Good news, she said casually, sliding into the auxiliary seat. I found a bottle of galactic bourbon in the weapons locker. You keep alcohol in the weapons locker? Jeff asked. She winked. Only the good stuff. Azreal shook her head, bringing up visual now. The forward monitor came alive with a live feed, zooming in on a tiny, tumbling freighter, scorched, powerless, and venting atmosphere in lazy plumes. One engine gone, life support at 4%, but still, barely, holding together. There's someone alive in there, Jeff said. AI, lock on to survivors, begin micro-teleportation to medbay. Scanning. 4 life signs, 1 critical. Transferring now. On the medbay, 20 minutes later, 3 bodies lay resting under warming fields. 2 men, 1 woman, all barely conscious. Gaunt, dehydrated, scarred by whatever hell the slavers had put them through. But the fourth? She was standing, even as the others were tended to by auto-drones. She stood with unshakable posture and dark, intelligent eyes. A tall woman in her early 30s, toned like a soldier with deep bronze skin, short-cropped black hair, and a cold burn in her gaze. She wore a shredded flight uniform clinging to her curves, and her jaw clenched like someone used to giving orders. When Jeff entered, she turned immediately, her eyes locked on him, an appraisal, not a greeting. "You're the commander of this ship?" Jeff hesitated, caught off guard. Yeah, Commander Jeff Bridge, and you are?" "Lieutenant Commander Sora Vega, Coalition Fleet, Tactical Operations Division." "Or was," she said, glancing down at her ruined insignia. "Your ship?" "Captured 2 weeks ago. We were supposed to escort a diplomatic envoy. Slavers hit us first. We never made it." Lanara stepped into the room behind Jeff, hips rolling slow, eyes studying Sora with the same amused curiosity she gave malfunctioning equipment. "Well, hello, gorgeous. Oh boy, fresh meat," Lanara said. "I'm Lanara, former chief engineer and current head of Getting What We Need." Sora's eyes flicked over her, unimpressed. "You always dress like that?" "Only when I want to make a good first impression," Lanara replied. Azreal arrived next, more reserved. "You're lucky we found you when we did. Your ship's hull integrity was minutes from collapse." Sora nodded once. "Then I owe you." Jess waved her off. "Just glad you're still standing. You're safe now." Sora stepped closer. "Your ship isn't standard, it's advanced." "You're not military." "No, we're salvaged, with upgrades." Her lips curved into a faint, intrigued smile. "Then maybe you're the only ones crazy enough to help us." Behind them, Lanara folded her arms under her chest. "Oh great! Another officer. Another strong jaw and steady stare. Just what we needed." Jeff gave her a look. "Jealous?" "Not yet," Lanara muttered. "But I'm warming up." An hour later, on the bridge, Sora was now dressed in a spare flight suit, cleaned and repaired by Azreal's meticulous hand. She stood next to Jeff at the nav console, reviewing star maps and explaining coalition blackout zones, places where slaver activity had gone unchecked since the last collapse. Lanara leaned against the far wall, sipping something blue and potent, eyes narrowed, lips tight. Azreal tapped in commands silently, watching it all unfold. Tension rippled through the bridge like static, and the AI, of course, couldn't resist. "New crew dynamics detected," it said in a dry tone. "Warning, emotional overload approaching. Recommend ventilation or nudity." Lanara smirked. "Don't tempt me." Sora didn't look away from the map. "Let me guess, you're the one who does everything else around here?" Lanara walked slowly over. "Sweetheart, I am everything else." The look they exchanged could have cracked hull plating. Jeff just muttered, "Oh, this is going to be fun." Night cycle on the warship was a suggestion at best. Lights dimmed, background hum softened, but nothing truly slept, especially not the crew. Jeff stood at the bunk room's refresh console, shirtless, toweling off after a much-needed rinse. He'd given Sora the captain's quarters for the night, partly to avoid another AI voyeur incident, and partly because it felt right. She hadn't asked for special treatment, but something about her still carried the weight of command. He reached into the storage drawer for a clean shirt and froze. Lanara stood in the doorway, one hand on her hip, the other holding a bottle of something glowing and illegal. She was dressed in what barely qualified as nightwear, a sheer black camisole and thigh-high boots that sparkled with embedded flecks of light. Her expression was unreadable, eyes gleaming with mischief and something more serious beneath it. "I miss when this room was just ours," she said. Jeff chuckled. "It was never just ours. Felt like it." She stepped inside, swaying slightly as the door slid shut behind her. "Now we've got a war hero bunking in our bed." "Are?" Jeff asked. Lanara walked right up to him, pressed a hand to his bare chest. You're still mine, until I say otherwise." Before he could answer, the door hissed open again. Sora stepped inside, clean and commanding in her newly restructured flight suit. Except the top half was unzipped to the waist, her tight sports wrap beneath doing little to hide the curves it contained. Her gaze fell on Lanara's hand. "I hope I'm not interrupting whatever this is." Lanara turned, not moving away from Jeff. "Oh no, you're just in time. This is the part where the new girl gets a warning." Sora's smile was slow, dangerous. "I don't respond well to warnings." The air thickened. Jeff stepped back, instinctively grabbing the towel tighter. Azreal's voice cut through the calm, dry as bone. "I'm detecting an unauthorized heat spike in the crew quarters. Should I dispatch fire suppression?" The AI chimed in. Negative. I'm recording for training purposes." Lanara narrowed her eyes. "Look, soldier girl, you had your moment. Your tragic escape, your tactical intel, good job. But don't get comfortable." Sora folded her arms. "You're insecure. I'm territorial. You're threatened. I'm armed," Lanara shot back, smirking. "And I never miss." Sora took a slow step forward. "Then let's draw the line now." Jeff looked between them. "Ladies, this isn't the time." "Shut up, Commander," they both said, in perfect unison. The tension snapped. Lanara grabbed Sora by the collar. Sora grabbed her right back. Jeff braced for a fight. Instead, they kissed. Hard. Slamming each other against the wall. Teeth and heat and dominance colliding. Jeff blinked. "What the hell is happening right now?" Lanara broke the kiss first. "We're figuring out who's on top," Sora growled. "And who gets to tie you down." Jeff raised both hands. "Okay, I think I need a rulebook." Azreal's voice echoed again through the comm. "If this turns into another emergency, I'm not unlocking the door this time." The AI snickered. "Too late. Already sealed. Let the games begin."